Hey, y'all already know what time it is. Adoniyah720 reacts is back with another one, man. And guess what? I'll be reacting to Children of Belial, the corrupt generation. Listen, I know y'all done seen all this stuff off y'all timeline. Teen takeovers and all that stuff, man, where teenagers just doing stuff, tearing up stuff, shooting and fighting, doing all kind of crazy stuff. But ain't no hold all this talking. Y'all already know I got the foundational scriptures for this reaction video. But anyhow, y'all, let's jump into it. Whoa, it's crazy. Y'all see this? Lost generation. Real children of Belial. They even got the goyim in the corner scared. But let's pause this, y'all. As y'all just seen, this viral foolishness just now. And guess what, y'all? This our couple. They always on the front screen. Silicon doing foolishness. All kind of crazy madness just for the likes and the views. But guess what? The parents have blame on this. But we'll get into that in the back end of this video. We'll be going to Proverbs Chapter 1, verse 13. It states, "My son, do not set out with them. Keep your feet from their path." And guess what, y'all? This is that YN path. This that young man ain't got no structure at home. No rules, no nothing. Parents can teach him nothing. Parents probably best friends with him, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about they inside of Chipotle tearing these people stuff up. Come on. Y'all ain't got no home training. Y'all just be wilding. And it's crazy, right? Like the scripture say, "My son, do not set out with them." And guess what? All these young males, you know what I'm saying, set out with them. They go ops, y'all. He in Chipotle. Boy, let's go down there and get him, boy. And they follow. You see what I'm saying? Just doing crazy stuff. Y'all, let's get in this video, man. Y'all see this? This y'all too, man. Y'all hear him scream to the police. Let's move down to the next scripture here. Verse 16. "For their feet run to evil." And they ran to straight madness. They ran inside Chipotle, told people stuff up. Wild out, beat up on the next person, throw chairs around it, all kind of crazy stuff. Messing up these people's stuff, messing up property. Y'all just spread a net for y'all selves already. They spread a big net. They don't even know what I'm saying, all this wickedness they doing.
Weekend, more fights in DC's Navy Yard neighborhood. Our cameras were rolling as a fight broke out inside the Chipotle, where you can see chairs being thrown around. Our Christian Flores is there in the Navy Yard tonight with details about this new disturbing incident.
It was a chaotic scene in Navy Yard Saturday night. First, you had what appeared to be a large gathering of juveniles out here. Then just across the street, our cameras were rolling as an all-out brawl broke out inside this Chipotle. And now this is the first test to see if the city's top prosecutor will go after the parents of any juveniles involved. 7 News' cameras.
What buddy said?
Top prosecutor will go after the parents of any juveniles involved.
That's what need to be going on.
Cameras captured this melee inside the Navy Yard Chipotle. We've highlighted where you can see chairs flying as bystanders peer through the window. And then the aftermath, furniture scattered across the floor as officers respond.
I actually come to this Chipotle at least 3 or 4 times a week, so thankfully I didn't come here last night.
Just across the street, we also saw police chasing and arresting someone among a large gathering.
It's not shocking anymore since this has become routine on Saturdays and Friday nights. But
yeah, I heard this man said it's become a routine. Let's get back to the beginning scripture where we start off at 13, y'all. At 15, Silicon. My son, do not set out with them. Keep your feet from their path. And guess what? He said it's normal life now. So guess what? Y'all done turned this into black culture. So-called black culture now. YN culture. Teen takeover culture. What else? Y'all fall off the nations doing all kind of crazy stuff. Y'all acting just like them. The same thing they did at the White House and marched on. Y'all doing the same thing, but guess what? Y'all doing it a whole nother way. And y'all call it y'all culture. That sounds stupid.
But it's disappointing to know that this is still happening.
All of this comes just a day after U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Jeanine Pirro, gave this stern warning.
Starting today, my office will aggressively prosecute parents under D.C.'s curfew law. It involves contributing to the delinquency of a minor. This statute makes it unlawful for an adult to enable, facilitate, or permit a minor to engage in delinquent acts.
Pause, y'all. Not to stop it this time, y'all. But we already know what's going to happen after this. Oh, they being racist. They always pointing at us. They always saying this. But guess what? 9 times out of 10, you drop them off to do this. 2, either knew about this teen takeover thing and condoned it, or they just flat out lied to you. And 3, you still ain't never teaching no structure. Y'all didn't even teach y'all children the laws, the judgment, statute, and commandments to y'all. Y'all still running around chasing, following other false gods and other false religions and stuff. It's what? Y'all ain't still the right things to y'all children. Y'all children be doing stuff like this, man. It's silly.
Emergency order allowing MPD to establish juvenile curfew zones has expired. This means the chief did not have the ability to create an earlier curfew that bans juveniles from gathering in groups of 9 or more when all of this unfolded. While community members remain unsettled by this eyebrow-raising footage, they're pleading for accountability.
It's really puzzling to me because there's nothing here for adolescents or teenagers. So I understand that DC is taking steps and measures to involve youth in different programs, but I really think people's parents need to get more involved in understanding where their children are.
We've reached out to MPD and the U.S. Attorney's Office. MPD is aware of this incident and investigating, and we'll let you know when we hear back from the city's top prosecutor. In Navy Yard, Christian Flores, 7 News.
See, family. When we don't teach our youth the right thing, they doing stuff like this. They're inside the people establishments, fighting, shedding blood. Let's get back to the scripture. For their feet run to evil, they heard to shed blood. And that's what they're doing right now, family. For anybody trying to understand what the scripture says, shed blood, their feet quit to shed blood. They fighting. What are you doing? Nothing. This ain't about nothing. Trust me. In the eyes of every winged creature, the outspread net means nothing. And guess what? This little net that they spread it, they ain't even got the foresight as a bird, like I'm saying, to see the net. You see what I'm saying? They done made a net for themselves. All this craziness they doing, all this evil, all that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna circle around and come back and get them. They don't even know this. No awareness, no discernment. Let's move on to the next scripture, y'all. Such is the fate of all who pursue unjust gain. It takes the life of the possessor, as y'all just heard. They spread that net. That same violence and everything they're doing, it come back to harm them. So that's why the title of the video called Children of Belief, the Corrupt Generation. Because as y'all see on the screen, like I was saying, the parents going to jail. Yeah, y'all see why they behind them, you know what I'm saying, with the cuffs, you know what I'm saying, got them cuffed up, they crying. They should be crying because they ain't teach their kids the right things. They ain't teaching Torah law. Y'all ain't teaching about the peace days. Y'all ain't teaching your kids about nothing. But guess what? Y'all was misled. But anyhow, y'all, I'm not even gonna rag and tag and bag on, you know what I'm saying, our community. But we gotta do better than this. We got our kids out here just doing all kind of madness. You know, it's crazy, right? I had this conversation one time with somebody before. It's mostly from 1978 all the way to these 90s parents. They some of the most of the cause in a lot of this right here. Because the most asked question I ask a person when they got young kids, teenagers and everything, hey, You used to get whoopings. They be like, yeah, boy, my mom and daddy told me up. Or my mama told me up, but she didn't even play. I be like, okay. Hey, with the question. Did you raise your kids the same way that your parents raised you? Nah, man, I ain't put my hands on them. I just let them do what they do. You know what I'm saying? I treat them like they grown. They made their own decision. That's on them. And guess what, family? That's the wrong way to raise up kids. And that's why we got these children of Belial, the corrupt generation. I ain't gonna hope all this talking. And like I said, between I'm out of here. Shalom, Barakah.